This is pretty much the bottom of the barrel, and that's where I end up.
I've been called names here and there and whatnot.
They wish they didn't have to look at me.
It's terrible because people don't listen to us. They don't recognize how we feel out here.
If I say hello to somebody and they just walk by, it's like, wow, I'm invisible to them.
You find them here in alleyways, next to railroad tracks, under trees, in vacant buildings. We walk past them every single day. We're talking about men and women without a home. Today we have a microphone and some cardboard. We're going to go out and talk to some people and find out who they really are. In a couple words, can you explain on this piece of cardboard what you think led to your homelessness?
I miss my wife more than anything. I'm having a hard time dealing with that. I'm a lost person.
A big mistake my son had made. Yeah. So we lost our house.
I lost my job and my boyfriend kicked me out.
Where are you staying currently?
In a bush.
In a bush? Wow.
I lost my houses, my business went downhill, and then I just turned to drugs and been on the street since then.
Probably greed, selfishness, and lack of caring about my own life.
Just lost my job and haven't been able to find a good one since.
My sister's house was foreclosed on and they locked me out of the house.
Alcoholism. I was a missionary overseas in Indonesia. I came back and relapsed.
My own stupidity, my downfall with drugs and alcohol.
Me drinking, but I don't do that anymore. And that makes me a happy girl.
If you could put down on this piece of cardboard what your biggest fears are of being homeless, what would they be?
My drug use, I might die out here for my drug use. Somebody's gonna find me dead.
Running into people that, I did wrong years and years ago, and they want to kind of retaliate on me.
Sleeping in the rain, sleeping in the cold, sleeping on the cement is one of my biggest fears.
If they were full, I think my only option would be what my other option was, and that was like going to churches to help me. There was one night where I had to sleep behind a church.
The amount of torture you could receive, that's the biggest fear of being on the streets.
In your homelessness, what is your biggest day-to-day struggle?
Not getting out of it. My self-worth, in the alcohol, quitting the alcohol, which I have.
A house, finding a house.
Day to day is trying to find that job that'll make me live better.
Not being able to find a job. I don't have a lot of experience.
Not being able to see my kids.
I'm in my 50s, and it does make it hard with chronic arthritis and stuff to be out here.
Could you write down on this cardboard what gives you hope?
God.
God. Hope that I make it. Hope that people love and care for me, because that's the most important thing.
I do realize what is hope, or what the better knowledge of hope is receiving God, knowing and understanding Him.
Our hopes rest in Jesus.
What gives me hope is seeing other guys who were in my same shoes come out of it.
People around me that are nice, and people I can trust, and places I can go to that I can feel safe.
The resources that we have, it shows that there are people who do care and that, some people are trying to make a difference.
Honestly, what gives me hope out here is people like you that stand here and help us and show us that we can do it.
When you're out there on the streets and people choose to ignore you, what is it that you want people to know about you? Can you write that down on here?
A lot of people think homeless people are like dirt bags, scum of the earth. Me, I come from a good family.
Inside of my heart is love and peace and quietness.
Some girl came up at 5 in the morning and gave me a cupcake.
And that feels good, yeah?
That felt really great.
The smile with homeless people makes you feel good. Just talk to us, just sit down and talk with us, because we're not that bad people out here. We're different, but we're not that different as everybody else being out here.
I had a normal life at one time, and just out of a series of circumstances, I wound up here.
I want them to know that I'm just like them. I'm just down on my luck. We all are.
Today I walk with integrity to show everybody that what God sent for me, He can do for them too. So, I mean, there's just a lot of people that need help.